Good morning and welcome back to the New Forest at the end of April. It's spring and the leaves are popping on the trees, as you can see. Not that you'd know it by the temperature, mind you. Winter's putting up a bit of a fight this year. Well, this is the March-April edition of the video diary, showing some of the things that have been going on in the forest over the past couple of months. Look out for Sally Jolly's Stallion and the lovely nest building long-tailed tits, one of my favourite woodland birds, and much more. So let's go! March the 1st is St David's Day, the patron saint of Wales. The daffodil is the flower of Wales, and it was good to see the daffs out for St David's Day. It was no surprise actually, because they've been flowering for about a month now, much earlier than last year, and due to the mild winter. The winter's been mild but very wet. February had 3 times as much rain as usual, and that carried on into March. Anne Day saw a very early donkey foal in March. You've got to love a donkey, haven't you? Thanks to Anne for sharing her donkey foal with us. One morning in early March, this Roe Deer buck suddenly appeared in front of me. As we can see, he's growing his new antlers. The Roe Deer rut is in the summer, unlike the other deer, so his new antlers grow earlier in the year. Let's bring him back again to have a better look. We can see that the antlers are still in velvet. He goes on his way and meets a doe. I think they're just good friends rather than a pair. In spring, we always think of the dawn chorus, and no look back at March and April would be complete without including the birds. During the mating season, the plumage of some male birds becomes brighter. This is true of finches, amongst others. Starlings appear more iridescent. Even the dull old cormorant livens itself up, as we can see in this great picture by Campbell. How the birds do this would take too long to explain in this video, but I'll put a link to a website in the text below if you're interested. Some male birds, like this black-headed gull, change their appearance completely in the breeding season. All of this singing and plumage are of course all related to finding a mate and claiming a territory. This leads on to nest building. Thanks to John Coombs, Sarah Smith and Chris Clark for sharing this collection of long-tailed tit images. We can see that they all have nest building material in their beaks. Long-tailed tits build their nest using spiders' webs, moss, lichen and feathers. Think how many times those birds have to fly backwards and forwards to build their exquisite nests. The birds that build their nests on the ground are particularly vulnerable to predators, and the New Forest is a special protection area for birds. This is why we're asked to keep dogs on the tracks to avoid disturbing these birds, which are becoming increasingly rare. Not strictly ground nesting birds, but I couldn't resist including these lovely pictures of great crested grebes, taken by Anne Hall. The damp and mild weather has helped the tree blossom, which has been particularly striking this year. We've had some frost during April, but not many. We've also had some warm days, but not many of these either. Those of you that saw the previous video diary might remember that we met Sally Jolly, one of the New Forest commoners who own the ponies and donkeys and other animals that graze in the forest. Sally sent me the dramatic images that you can see, which is the birth of her first foal of the year. Here's Sally giving us an update a couple of weeks later.
So here we have our first foal of 2024, who is by our stallion, Knavesash Polaris. And he is the foal we saw on the photos being born, beautifully captured by Leslie, who was here to witness his birth, which is quite a rare thing to do. Here he is, just having a little drink from Mum and looking very fit and well and healthy. We've got one more due this year. We hope that she Might foal in the next week or so. There she is over there looking absolutely enormous. So we are keeping a very close eye on her at the moment. And yeah, we are very pleased with this chap. And hopefully he will make a super riding pony in the future.
Sally mentioned her stallion there as the father of the lovely foal. I asked Sally if he'd been chosen to run out on the forest this year.
So this is Knavesash Polaris, who is our forest run stallion. He's currently out with our own mares at the moment at home before he goes out to the forest at the beginning of May. He's one of a number that have been chosen to run out this year, carefully selected stallions, to hopefully breed us some lovely foals for next year. His chosen area, oh yeah, he's a bit tired already because he's been out with the others, will be Longdale. And yeah, we're looking forward to turning him out and him getting to do his job on the forest.
Knavesash Polaris and the other stallions will be turned out onto the forest on May the 7th, so we'll hopefully see that in the next video update. If you're in the area, take extra care when walking or driving in the forest, as the ponies might be more active than usual. 2024 is the 100th anniversary of the Lymington branch of the British Legion. 2024 is also the 80th anniversary of D-Day. To mark these events, a group of US Army enthusiasts met up at Ashurst Bridge and travelled in convoy down to the anniversary celebrations in Lymington. They made quite a sight driving through the New Forest and gave us a taste of the sights and sounds that earlier generations remember from World War II. We're used to seeing ponies and donkeys and pigs roaming in the forest. You don't see flocks of sheep so often though. As we progressed through April, the days didn't really seem to get much warmer, but the leaves on the trees made great progress. New bracken pushed up through the dead leaves from last year. Bluebells and wild garlic covered the forest floor in some areas, captured here by Anne Hall. The next New Forest video diary will cover May and June. Come back then at the end of June and see if the rain's stopped and the days have warmed up. If you found this video diary interesting, please subscribe to our channel to see more videos from the Country Traveller. Thanks for watching.